Hello there, it's Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I'm making a few candle box. I hope to make a lot of these actually to give to a local charity here just for handing out. I just want to use up my stash, and I thought, well, I'll give it to a charity instead of just making stuff up and having it lying here. So I found this tutorial over in KT Crafts on Instagram, and she made a wee tiny one this size. I wanted to put a single candle in them, and her measurements are in centimeters, and I sort of tried to reverse it, and it's too small. I think she's 1 centimeter deep, and I went half an inch deep, and half an inch, even though the candle measures half an inch, it's not deep enough. As you can see, it's above. So I redid all the measurements and came up with this one. So this fits it perfectly. You can see it's nice and neat. It's not sticking up. It'll slide in perfectly. You could stamp around here if you wanted. I'm trying to avoid putting any kind of sentiment on it so that the charity can give these out or sell them for any occasion. So it's simply decorated inside. I put a bit of sticky washi tape. Just because I had it sitting there, you don't need it. The box will stay closed if you use a good heavy card at the bottom. The top, I've just wound paper for the belly band instead of a heavy card. And I've just decorated with a simple punched daisy flower. So, and a bit of card candy in the centre. So if you fancy making one, it'd make a nice wee gift at Christmas even, you know, and you can sort of redo your measurements. It took me ages to work that one out, to make it that big to fit my candle. But you can do it. Just don't ask me to do it. So you're going to need, for that particular size that I've made, will fit the 1.5 inch candle. Those wee ones out of IKEA or any of the shops. They're all roughly that size. So you need 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. For your belly band, you need a piece that measures 8 1/4 by 2 3/4, plus a wee tiny notch, just one wee notch on your cutter, just to make sure that it doesn't, but the box underneath doesn't hang out. You can see it has that wee bit of space, which I like to give it. I hate a box sticking out, you know, like this. It just isn't nice. So just add that wee extra notch just to keep it nice. And then whatever you're going to decorate it, you can go ahead and put a sentiment statement or whatever you want. If you're doing it even for Christmas or whatever, you know, decide. I'm going to start off actually with this flower in case I lose any bits. I've punched 2 large, 1 small, and I have a piece of card candy, and I'm just going to roll the leaves. I'm going to roll the white one, which is the base one, under, and then I'm going to roll the other one the opposite way just to give it a wee bit of difference. So I'm rolling it. I've actually just run around with my ink brush and added a bit of red to this. So I'm just scooping these up real quick. You just want a wee bit of sticky uppiness, if that's a word. This one will stick onto this one. I'll just do this one when I'm here. Back in the smaller one, I just left it white, so I'm going white, pink, white, or white, red, white, whichever. And then just use a bit of glue to join it together. And just line those up so that you're covering the gap. This punch was an old one from Stampin' Up. Both daisies are from Stampin' Up years and years ago. So just make sure it sits there. And then just add your other wee one to the top. And it can sit on the white bit. Ooh. And then pop on the wee bit of card candy, which I've put a wee tiny 3D square onto just to raise it up. And that will be ready to go on top of your box. So we'll leave that to one side. So now you need to get your card. I'm just going with white card. I'm going to use the scoreboard. So I did 5/8 of an inch gap between each one, which is a bit of a pain, but it fits the candle perfectly. You can go half an inch or whatever, depending on what you're putting in it. Maybe if you have a wee bar of chocolate or something, I don't know, whatever you can fit into it. That's what you need to measure the depth of it, and that's what you want. So I'm going in 5/8, and then we're going to 1 1/4, 1 7/8. That's just one wee notch before 2 there, and then 2 1/2. And you want to repeat that. Just keep turning your card round and just keep repeating that. So 5/8, 1 1/4, 1 7/8, and 2 1/2. So just keep turning that round, do it on all 4 sides, and it'll come straight. So you'll be left with the markings the whole way around, and you want to start now and just fold them up. So picture the line up and just press it with your finger. You don't even need to go to your burnisher, unless you really want to burnish it. Go ahead, it'll not do it any harm or good, you know. But I'll be making a load of these, and I want to get through them as quick as I can. So do that on all 4. Just go in, fold towards the center on each of your lines, making sure that it's lined up, and keep doing that till you've them all done. So now you should be a bit bendy with all those bits, so we're now going to go in and cut. So you have 4 corners where your stripy lines are. You've got 4 corners up here. You want to cut those out. So just go up that line to there, turn it round and cut. Oh, that light's terrible. Terrible for a white, isn't it? Just cut those all up. So you want this corner off, this corner, this corner. So you're left with 4 stripes in each section, and then your middle bit. So do that, and then I'll come straight back to you. So you should now be left with something like this. 4 pieces. You can throw them in the bin, they're not much good to you. I'm getting out my scoreboard to do this wee bit. We want to notch in the top and the bottom ones. We're not touching the sides. So you want to line that up so that it fits into your scoreboard. And we know that we've went 5/8 quarters. So go into the notch of 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't score this first part. Go down to the second one and add a wee score. Just there. So you've got a nice wee score in that second line in. You want to do the same with this side. So line it up. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go down to the second one and score. And then turn that round to the opposite side. Again, line it up if you can. Just fold that one in out of your way. And you're going down to the second line. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just mark it there. You can do this with a pencil if you prefer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're just giving yourself a wee cutting line so that your corners all come together. So that is it. You have one marked up here and you have one marked down here. 2 wee lines. So I can put that away. Oops, sorry. So now you want to get your scissors. We're going to cut from this point into the point here of the line you scored. So you're cutting in a diagonal from the corner to that tip of that line. Okay, and then we're going to cut the actual line. So just cut the score line no further. And then we're going to cut from that corner out to this corner of the third row down. So you're just cutting a slant down to that. And you're just cutting that piece off, and that gives you that nice wee notch. So you're going to do that on all 4. I'll do another one with you, and then I'll let you tear away. So diagonal up to the line that you scored, cut the diagonal, cut the straight line you scored, and then cut down to the point. And that gives you that shape. So you're going to do the same on this side. So that is what you've created. And now we just have to roll it up. You could, if you wanted to stamp anything in the center, you have like you have 5/8 of an inch bringing that in, which leaves you your wee centre in there if you wanted to stamp something under, so it shows up when the candle is lifted out. Up to you. I'm not going to bother, as I say, I have too many of them to do. Again, you could also, when you roll this in to do your stamping, this will be, so it's the second one in, the first one with a line of notches. You could stamp something there if you want to stamp a wee greeting or something nice. If not, just move on. I'm not going to bother. Again, as I say, it's just too much hassle for me at the minute. So what we're going to do is roll these all up. So it really rolls. The scoring has made the shape for you. So you want to do that. Same here, straight over, roll it around, and you're left with two. You can hold them with your hands. You can put a bit of glue on the bottom one if you really want to. Again, I'm not going to bother, but you can do that. So you want to roll this one so that it tucks in under that one, and that gives you that nice, neat finish. Just give it a good tug in, and you get that nice, and it holds. So really save yourself a bit of glue if you don't need to. Really bother. So you just want to tuck them so they're going in under, and then just push it till it's nice and neat and tidy, and that gives you your nice wee box. At this stage you can add a bit of washi tape if you want. I'm not going to bother this time, I just want to show you the option. So get your wee candle, and that will sit neatly in there, nice and tight and neat. And now you want to do your band. I'm using this scrap paper. I'm obviously not putting the hearts in, but you want to start on the back of your card, or your back of your wee box, about there, and then just start smoothing that round. And if you keep your box up straight, it will keep, make sure that you're in the right position, that you're not a bit askew. So when you get those two pressed, you can actually fold those down, making sure your paper's lining up nice. Give it a wee crease with your hand. Don't burnish it, just give it a wee crease. You want this to be able to fit nicely, slide on and off nicely, you know. So, whoops, we want that at the bottom, don't we? Put your join to the back, preferably, I would say, to keep that neatness. So just line that up a wee bit. Again, do that with both sides. Make sure it's straight and you're happy with where it's going. Open it out and crease those two. So again, make sure it's lining up edge to edge. Give it a nice wee press. And that other wee mark you made, do it again. And hopefully that goes on nice and neat. And your join will be at the back. That seems fine, doesn't it? So we're going to, we know that the glue should go about here. So again, so I'm just putting glue here. Fold that gently over. Don't press too hard or too tight when you're pulling it in. Keep it so that it has room to slide on and off nicely. So just double check it. Okay, happy enough. So that should settle, and we want to get our wee flower. You can raise this up, or you can just put it flat like I'm doing. Center it in the middle. Just hold that to the glue ticks, and that gives you a nice wee box. And it's using up your stash if you're looking to get rid of some stash. I think it makes a cute wee present. The washi tape is quite nice around it, but so is the white. And as I say, you can stamp something or whatever. But that's as far as I'm going with it. So hopefully, and just turn your wee flowers up, give them a wee kick in the pants there to make them sit up nice. So hope that helps you, and it's a bit good for you. You never know, you might use them for something or other. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you all again soon. Bye.